was not planning on doing this video, but when I went to Publix today, hold on, I'm sugar or something like this. When I went to the grocery store today, I was shocked to see that blackberries were 99 cents each for a carton. Now they're tiny little cartons, they're 6-ounce cartons, but they're normally $4 each. So save $3. I mean, they're like less than half off. This is crazy. So I'm like, just give me all the blackberries. So those are the rest of the ones that I bought. And by the rest of the ones, I mean the ones that I didn't eat. So I bought 6 little cartons of them and for $6. And I washed them and I'm like, I just have to test them to make sure they're sweet. Cause like, was there a reason that they went 99 cents? Like maybe they're gross. But I'm like, whoa, these are really good. So I'm like eating them and eating them. Texting my friend and saying, you got to go to Publix and get blackberries, they're so good. She loves them. And then I wash them and I'm drying them right now. And I'm like, I'm going to freeze, after they're done drying, I'm going to freeze them. Then I can pop them out, make blackberry scones and do whatever I want with them. But I have a little bit of a problem. And the problem is you have to let them air dry for a while and I can't stop eating them. So I am going to eat all $6 worth of my blackberries if I don't do something quick. So then I thought, you know what? We are making, or I already made most of it, baked buttermilk French toast. I made a live video this morning where Camden basically made it with my help. And that is in the fridge right now, the bread is soaking up all that custardy goodness. And so we're doing breakfast for dinner tonight. We've got some bacon and that streusel oat topping for the French toast. And so, yeah, that's going to go in the oven in a few hours. So I thought, why not make a fresh blackberry syrup? So of course I Googled it, and this is not my recipe, but I got it from Laura, I don't know, I'll put it in the description so I can't take credit for this recipe, but it's so easy. All you need is a half cup of water. Whoops. My battery's low. I forgot to plug in my phone. Hold on. Was this the right plug? That's not the right plug. All right, hold on. I'll be back. Okay, don't go anywhere. Okay, this might be a good time to say, hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. All right. Okay, now we are charging. My mom's texting me. I'll text her back. I'll read that text in a little bit. Forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Anyway, so all you need is a half cup of water, 3/4 of a cup of sugar. I'm just eyeballing that. I already used my 3/4 cup measure for the baked French toast this morning, so it's dirty. And I probably went like a little bit over on the sugar, but who cares? And then you just need cornstarch. You actually need 4 tablespoons, so that's a lot. I'm probably gonna have to put this on my next grocery list. So all you do is you get a pot. I don't have the heat on yet. I'm just gonna put my 3/4 of a cup of sugar in there with 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna stir that in together. And then maybe I'll go ahead and with a whisk, I'll do that. Because then it says to slowly stir in the water. So, ooh, it's like, why does it look like it's smoking? I think it's like the powder of the cornstarch. Anyway, so when you mix water and cornstarch together, it makes what's called a slurry. And it's just a thickener for soups and sauces, gravies, and that kind of thing. More of I'd say more like on the sweeter end of things. I don't use cornstarch for gravies and soups and things like that. I'd rather make a roux. Okay, so I'm just gonna whisk this in, it says slowly. That's as slow as I can go. All right. So it kind of looks like skim milk at this point. And then we're going to turn on the heat. I'm just gonna turn on to like medium high. And then it says to put 4 cups of blackberries. The recipe says you can use fresh blackberries, frozen blackberries, or even canned blackberries, which is a weird concept. But so I'm gonna add some blackberries. Try not to eat them as I go. All right, I guess that's a cup. It's hard to measure a cup because it like goes over a little bit. So that's 1. 2. 3. 4. It's hard to like, do I like stuff them in there to make a cup? Okay, I'd say that would be 4 cups. And then those, I will probably make some blackberry scones on Saturday morning. So I'm gonna start mashing these with a potato masher. Maybe I'll set this so you can see it a little bit better, so you can see my mashing skills. Let's do that. Mashy, mashy. It's starting to look pretty already. And the only way to know that if your sauce is like the thickness that you want it to be, or syrup or whatever this is to let it come to a full boil. That's how you'll know really what thickness your syrup will be. So I'm just gonna let this come to a boil. And then I would imagine that as it cools, it will continue to thicken, but I'm not quite sure about that. This is actually really fun. It reminds me of how they used to stomp on grapes in the old days. So if you don't have a potato masher, just put your foot in there and stomp on it, but just make sure the heat's off. That was a joke. Don't step in your pot. That'd be weird. Just looks so pretty already. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn that on high. Get this party going. Get this party rocking and rolling. And then I plan to just drizzle this cooled syrup all over the baked French toast tonight. And then if I really like this recipe, stick it in my recipe book and do it every time these guys go on sale. Publix has had some pretty good sales on fruit lately, which is always good news considering groceries are so expensive that I just can't even handle it at the grocery store sometimes. But yeah, they recently had a strawberry sale where their strawberries were BOGO. Not BOGO. Yeah, they did. I think they had a BOGO sale, and they also had a sale where like the big containers of strawberries were only 99 cents each, which was really cool. Now strawberries with my kids, like I could just buy like 10 packs of those and the kids would just eat them. The kids don't love fresh blackberries. I can't remember if Camden likes them. I know he likes either raspberries or blackberries. They all love blueberries. They all love strawberries. But in terms of blackberries, I know they can be a little bit tricky on the tongue in terms of, whoa, that's getting, wow, it's really thickening up already. Because, wow, is that gorgeous or what? Okay, I'm going to start with this now. Wow. Okay, turn the heat to low. This is gorgeous, you guys. It's like a beautiful reddish purple. It's gonna take it off the heat just for a second so it doesn't go insane on me. It's pretty thick. I might add a little bit more water. It's actually like really, really thick. So I don't know if I want that. I'm gonna taste it before I decide what I want to do next, because I might want to add, you could add, oh, I might want to add some lemon essential oil to this. That would be really yummy. I might also want to add some cinnamon because that's just fun. Okay, I'm gonna put that down there. Okay, so this is like, I wouldn't call this syrup. I would call this more like a jam consistency. So I might go ahead and add a little bit more water. I just cannot believe how fast and simple that was. All right, I'm just gonna put a little more water in here because that's a little bit thicker than I want this to be. So I'm just gonna add like just like a tablespoon of water at this point, little by little. I don't wanna mess it up. Wow, yeah, came to a boil and it just thickened up so beautifully. Smells amazing. Still really thick, but that might be a good thing. I'd say it's more of like almost like a jam consistency, I feel like. So, what do we want to do here, people? Well, first let's taste it. So pretty. So I'm just gonna let that cool for a second. Oh, it's still, oh, my burner's still on, that's why it's doing that. Yeah, I was not anticipating it coming together that quickly. I'm getting texts. Oh gosh. I don't know who's texting me. All right. Here are my thoughts. It's really good. It's, I'd say, too thick. I need more sugar. So I'm gonna say let's bring this up to a full cup of sugar. So I'm gonna add about another quarter cup. I'm gonna add a little more water. So at this point, that's like 3/4 of a cup of water. I'm gonna turn my heat back on. I would like to add a little bit of lemon, but I'm gonna hold off. I'm just gonna hold off. Just in case the lemon flavor I don't love with the baked French toast. I probably will love it, but just in case. I kind of feel like I want to add a little bit of cinnamon though, get a little warm flavor. It's only not even halfway through August and I'm already thinking about fall. I grew up in New York where we had fall, and now I live in Florida, which I've lived here for I think 15 or 16 years at this point. And we do not have a fall here until you count like January through February. It's more like kind of like a fall. You actually see the leaves changing on some of the trees, not the palm trees, but some of the more northern looking trees, you can actually see leaves changing like in January. It's really interesting. Okay, this to me looks a little more like a syrup consistency. So what did we say? So that was a cup of sugar, and it was about 3/4 of a cup of water with those cups of blackberries. I should write this down. I'm just gonna bring this to a gentle boil just to make sure that my thickness meter is accurate. And the website said this will stay good in the fridge for up to a month, so that's really cool. We know that fresh berries only last for a few days in the fridge, so this is such a great way to preserve them and enjoy them for much longer than you would if you just kept them fresh. But of course, eat lots of berries fresh along the way so you can get all that sweet berry goodness without all the added sugar. Okay, I think I'm very happy with that consistency, although I don't think it has come up to a full boil yet. Now it's, do I add cinnamon or do I not, and just leave it straight blackberry? There's already cinnamon in the baked French toast and in the topping, so I don't really think cinnamon is necessary, but I'm always trying to think of like what I can add. You know, it would be really good adding orange oil, wild orange oil to this. I might do that, an orange blackberry syrup. That might be delicious. So don't mind me, I'm gonna run and get my orange oil and we'll see. First I'll taste it and then we'll see what's up. Okay. Smells really good. Do you notice how quiet it is in my house right now? The 3 oldest kids are at school, 4th grade, 3rd grade, kindergarten. Cannot believe my son is in kindergarten. Don't get me started. I cried on his first day a lot. And my 2.5-year-old, almost 3-year-old, well, not almost, 2.5, is sleeping. He's been taking some good naps lately. But he did wake up at 5 a.m., so he's balancing it out. Okay, definitely sweet enough. Okay, some thoughts. I don't know if I'm crazy about the thickness. I feel like instead of adding more water, I want to add more blackberries. Okay, so I'm going to add another cup of blackberries. And then I might want to add more sugar in that case, but we'll see. But the blackberries will certainly add more moisture to it, so I don't think I'll need to add more water, but I might want to add more sugar. And I definitely want to add some orange oil, so I'm going to do that. Okay, this definitely thinned it out just a little bit. It's so thick that when it boils, it's like bloop, 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 like pudding. Do you ever make that stovetop pudding for chocolate pudding pie? We do that every Thanksgiving. Bloop, 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 bloop. You hear it? It's trying so hard to bubble, but it's so thick. Mmm. Oh, it's so good. I don't think it needs more sugar. I wasn't sure if adding more blackberries would make me want to add more sugar. Okay, gotta keep this straight. 5 cups of blackberries. 3/4 of a cup of water. Let me write this down, you guys. All right. Okay. So 1 cup of sugar, 4 tablespoons cornstarch, 3/4 of a cup of water, and 5 cups of blackberries. This happens a lot when I am using other people's recipes. I'll just kind of tweak it along the way, and suddenly it's mine. I'm just afraid that as it cools, it's going to get even thicker. I guess you have to warm it up before you serve it. I don't know. It's so good. I would even say 6 cups of blackberries. I don't know, you guys. Or is that... I don't know. Okay, I'll leave it at this. I'm gonna get some orange oil. This is the orange oil. I'm from New York, so I say orange. Everyone else probably says orange. That's okay. So I'm gonna put 2 drops in. Okay, that might have been 3. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Oh wow, it smells really, really good. Very fruity. You know what would be good in this? Maybe adding a little bit of like clove or nutmeg. Because of the orange, like now it's starting to smell like Christmas in here. Okay, this is really fun. I hope Cameron continues sleeping. In about 20 minutes I have to go get the kids from school, so don't let me forget. I'll be off in 20 minutes, hopefully. Oh my gosh. You guys, okay, I'm gonna write 3 drops of orange oil. It does not taste like oranges. It just tastes like heaven. Floral, sweet, just really deep flavors. It's really good. It kind of reminds me of when I make cranberry sauce, which I think I also use orange oil in my cranberry sauce. I think I do. This is so good. I think I'm tempted to add a little more sugar. I'm not going to. I am tempted to add a little bit of cloves. Stand by. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna get like 1/8 of a teaspoon. I'll start with that. I'm gonna start with 1/8 of a teaspoon of clove. Tiny baby teaspoon there, or 1/8 of a teaspoon. This is just gonna smell up the house. I'm getting texts from all sorts of people, so I'm gonna go in a second. I'm just like, is everything okay, everybody? Okay. Part of me doesn't want to like keep adding all the ingredients because I don't want to take away from that just delicious pure blackberry flavor, but adding it just, oh my gosh, the layers of flavors are so good. Oh, you guys, this is what we call stupid good. This is what we call stupid good. All right. It's official. Okay, I gotta write that down. 1/8 of a teaspoon ground cloves. This is amazing. Look at that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna end the video, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it off the heat. I'm going to let it come to room temperature, and I'm gonna see what the consistency is. If it gets thicker than this, I will probably add some water and bring it back to a boil. But for now, we're gonna go with a cup of sugar, 4 tablespoons of cornstarch, 3/4 cup of water, 5 cups of blackberries, 3 drops of orange oil. I almost said it like a Floridian, and 1/8 teaspoon of cloves. So if I up the water, it'll probably be like to a full cup instead of 3/4 cup. If that's the case, it will reflect in the description recipe. So, thank you guys for joining me. This was delicious fun. I'm going to, maybe I'll make a short later of drizzling this over the baked French toast so you guys can see what that looks like. If you are watching this video not live, check on my channel to see if there's a short. I'll try to put one up tonight. Okay, thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. See ya.